Hey guys, my name is Jennifer and I am Genevieve Designs. Today we're going to do a page setup in the album that we are currently making. This is the mini album mashup and we are using the Printable Love Story by Simple Stories. I did want to say that there is a new collection by Simple Stories. If you didn't want a digital version of this, there is a new collection. It's not quite the same colors, but it's kind of close, maybe. There is a physical version, not of this, but of something similar that just came out like in the past couple weeks, if you wanted to check it out. But yeah, so I just wanted to kind of point that out if you didn't want to use a printable, because this is a printable version of this paper collection. But there is a new paper collection that's kind of like it, sort of, but not. It is and it isn't. Okay, so this is, let's see, what was I saying? So I have a video playlist for this project. I'll link it up here. It starts with the introduction video. There's the workbook video, which is this. There is what we're going to be using in this album. There's the covers. There's this video. So if you wanted to follow along in order, then check that playlist out. There's links in the description box to a collections list for everything printable from my Etsy shop that I'm using in this album. Just one click, you hit that, and it'll take you to the list of everything that's going to be in this album. Printable, that's mine, not printable, that's Simple Stories. Simple Stories is linked down below, it's separate. And there is also other links to supplies like magnets, tape, that kind of thing. All of that is in the description box, and there's also timestamps down there. I also pin everything to the first comment, and underneath everything there where the comment section, I pin all of that information in a comment on the top there. So if you can't find the description box, you can find the comment section. They like to, you know, they like to make it like a seek and find, you know, like a treasure hunt to try to find the information. So I've already got a bunch of stuff printed out, and today I'm going to show you something new that I just put into my Etsy shop. We're going to be using it today, so I think you guys are going to love it, but we'll talk about that later on. But I'm going to show you everything I've got printed from the templates, and we're going to go from there. Okay, so out of the set of templates, I printed page 3 with the faded floral. That's the background design that I'm using. I printed everything onto 80-pound white cardstock. There's an Amazon list as well for this project where I link everything as best I can if you want to use the same cardstock as me. I just like the way it feels, you know. This is, and it's good sturdy cardstock. I really enjoy it. So I printed page 3 with the faded floral version of page 3. And then I also printed page 15, which is the matte for page 3. I printed that onto this super dark, beautiful, like burgundy wine color from the Simple Stories paper collection. You could either print it on here, like I did, or you could trace it. Either one, whichever way you want to do it, is totally fine if you didn't want to print twice. Because I printed this page first, and then I printed the matte on top of it, okay? So there is that, and then I've also printed page 4, and I printed it onto 80-pound white cardstock, and I printed the plain version, and then I printed the mattes, which is page 16, onto this piece of pattern paper. But I've got a note here. My printer just stopped working. My computer just restarted on me. So it didn't print this bottom part. I've got me a little note. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it right now while I've got this out. And I'm pretty sure it's not much. I just want to mark the bottom, I think. Because other than that, it's totally fine. Right? Well, I might as well. So I'll just make sure I ink that up really good. So that's the pattern paper that I printed the mattes on, page 16. And then I printed page 9. A white cardstock, I printed the plain version. And then I printed the mats, which is page 21. I printed that onto this. This is actually the soft pink color, which I actually did not use in my prototype, which is funny because I think I even said something about that. But I've changed this. We're not following the prototype exactly. If you watch the introduction video, you'll see the prototype to this. I'm not following it exactly. Here, I'll show you just really quick, just in case you're just now joining us. Here's what our cover looks like in our project right now. And there's what the prototype cover looks like. So we're not making it exactly the same, which I'm okay with that. I think it's fun to show how one paper collection can make things look so different if you use it differently, right? So anywho, so then I printed page 21 onto this pretty soft pink color out of these Simple Stories. And then I've got two papers here. I'm going to be tracing the pockets, the mats for the pockets. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those right now. I'm going to be tracing them onto here. I didn't want to print all of the mats on here because I didn't want to have to use them in the same way because I printed on top of them. So I'm just going to trace on top of them. So we'll get to that in just a second. And then on page 12, I printed page 12 with the faded floral. I printed that onto white cardstock, and then I printed the mat onto this like mustardy orange. I don't know what color this would be. Mustard, I guess. It's a really like a yellow ochre kind of color. It's super pretty, which is unusual. I don't usually like this color, but with this paper collection, this color is like perfect, you know. So I printed the mats, which is on page 24, onto this paper from the Simple Stories. And that is all I have printed out of the templates. And first thing I want to do though is I'm going to trace the mats for these really quick so I can be done with that. Okay, so I'm going to take this mat and on the butterfly paper, I'm going to just put it up here in the corner and trace around it. This is going to be for one of the pockets. It's actually going to be a flap. Right, and then this other one is going to be the pocket, and I was going to trace it. I'm going to trace it down here at the bottom corner of this page. We're going to cut everything out, but I want to show you specifically how to cut the pages out, and then we can cut all of the mats out, if that makes sense. Okay, super simple. The mats, I mean, you know, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, so let's start with this page right here. This is page 12, and it's actually an insert, and I am going to leave it together. And I'm just going to trim out, it could be two inserts or a booklet. I am just going to trim it all the way out and leave it together, and we're going to have a booklet insert. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so for page number 3, we are going to leave this tab on the far right. I'm going to leave that tab on, and we're going to cut all the other tabs off. So I'm going to take the biggest chunk off first. And then I'm going to trim the top and bottom off. And we're going to leave that long tab that was on the right. Okay, and then page number 4, we are not going to use this again right now, this part, because we've already used this page once in the cover. So we're not going to use this part again today, but I don't need this tab since it's just plain. I'm just going to keep this tab over here, so I'm going to separate this page, or this part of the page, off completely. And then I am going to take the top and bottom tab off. I'm throwing stuff into my garbage bowl here in case you're wondering. And I am going to shorten, I think I'm going to shorten this tab just a little bit. It doesn't need to be that thick, and it'll get in the way of the binding. Or that wide, not that thick. Okay, so we have that piece. So that's page number 4. And then page number 9. So we're going to use this as a pocket, so we need all 3 tabs. We're going to use this piece as a pocket, so we need all 3 tabs. But we're going to use this piece as a flap, so we don't need all 3 tabs. We just need the top tab. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these and take some of the excess paper off that we don't need. So I'm going to cut that out better, and then which way was this? There we go. So this piece is going to be the pocket, and then this piece is going to be the flap. Oop. I think I got it pretty good. All right, so we're going to cut the 2 tabs off of this piece and leave the long tab on the top. Okay. So now I am going to fussy cut these out a little bit better, and then we'll get the scoreboard out. Let me move this. We don't need this. That's going to go probably in my scraps. Don't need those. I do need that now. Okay. All right, so before we cut out all the rest of the mats, which I will go ahead and I'll film it, but I'll do it like in a quick speed, fast forward, quick speed. I think you knew what I meant. I'm gonna get my scoreboard out. I'm gonna get my stylus out, and I'm just gonna score all of the tabs that we left. And then I will go through and prep on both sides. Prep the fold and go both ways so that it's nice and flexible. Now I am going to go through and cut all of the mats out, and we will be right back. All right, so now I'm gonna go, actually I wanted to explain one thing, if you were paying close attention. I didn't trim this part out, this top, and you'll see why, but I did that on purpose. I didn't forget. Now we're gonna, before I ink everything, which I'll do in just a little bit, I wanna put tape on the tabs that need tape. So, I'm gonna use 3/8 inch tape, I believe, and I'm gonna put, let's see, I think, does it matter on any of them? It only matters on this one, I believe. Yeah. So this one, we'll start with this one. So with the faded floral facing up, we're going to put tape on that tab right there. Okay, so then the rest of them, we're just going to go through and put tape on all the tabs. Okay, so there's 2 pages that we do not tab. We don't tab we don't. There are 2 pages that we don't notch the corners of the tabs, and those are those 2. But all of these we do. So, oop! I need to clean my scissors. I got glue, double-sided adhesive stuck in there. Alright, so for these I am going to cut straight across where they meet and form an X so that there's no overlap, so we don't have any anything holding up our insert kit in there. And the same with this pocket. I feel like I'm holding my scissors funny. It's because of the, I'm trying to grip them so that they won't, so it won't stay, so it's harder to unstick them. So I'm trying to hold it to where I can hold it. Hold it to where I can hold it to where it doesn't get stuck. I need to clean them. All right, so now we are going to ink everything. So the 2 pockets, I'm going to ink just right here on the back side, right? And then everything else, I'm going to ink all these pages. I'm going to ink the white side. And then I'm going to ink all of the mats, and I'm going to ink the insert. So I'm going to ink everything, and I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I've got all the mats. I've got everything inked up. There's the insert. Put that aside. And the pockets. Okay, so I'm gonna leave the mats and things over here. And I think what we'll do is we're gonna put the page together. So I'm gonna actually start with putting this page onto the fin. So we're gonna be working on the first fin. And we're going to attach this part to this part of the fin, okay? So I'm going to take the backing off of this tape, and you don't want your score mark to go over or go under the top of this fin. You want your score mark to be right on top. This score mark needs to be right on top of that fin there. And oh my goodness, what was that? All right, I am going to use my glue stick trick. Just threw it. I threw something on the floor just a second ago. Just to give me a little bit of wiggle room. If you wanted to, instead of the tape, you could use liquid glue. It will give you wiggle room as well. But I am going to match it up and not go over or under, I guess. I'm not going under the top of the tab. I'm actually going to try to pull it. Oop. Yeah, there we go. Let's do it like this. so that I know for sure that I'm not going under. Once I get it on here, I'll show you. Okay, so here's the score mark on the page, right? There's the top of the fin, and I didn't go underneath. It's sticking right above that top of that fin. So if I need to, I can fold the page this way, right? If you go under the top of that fin, if this score is under the top of the fin, then you won't be able to fold it as nicely, okay? All right, next step. We're gonna take this piece. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put it right on top of what we just, actually, let me make sure that it's not too thick. Nope, it's perfect. We're gonna go right on top of that fin. Just literally right where we just put that. Oh, I'm gonna have to get a new glue. I feel like, oh no, that's not. That's the casing that the glue is in. Yep, I'm gonna have to get a new glue stick in a minute. Okay. So you also, for the top layer here, because it's the full size of this tab of the fin, the tab is the full size of the fin, you don't want to go past this score mark with this edge, so so that the fin will move easily. So just like that. Right? Doesn't look like I got that inked very well. It's okay. We'll end up at the end, we will mat all of these tabs here, all of the tabs that we attach to the fin. Okay, so now we've got this page and this page. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this pocket. So let me grab a new glue stick. Okay, got me a new glue stick. So I'm going to burnish this really quick. Alright, so this, I'm going to take this, just this bottom tab off. Grab my new glue stick. And then I'm going to match it up to the bottom of this top page that we just added. Like that. And then before we go any further, I'm going to take a little bit of tape and I'm going to tape over that lip right there so that nothing gets stuck on that just that tiny little edge, because it will, believe it or not, just a little bit of an edge like that can cause a huge headache for yourself trying to fight to get the insert to go in properly. Alright, so now we're just going to attach the two sides and burnish. Alright, we're going to do the same for this pocket. We are going to attach the bottom first. Did I just grab the old? Yep. I need to put it up. Well, I guess there's still a little bit of glue in there. We're going to attach the bottom piece on top of the pocket we just added. And just like that. Burnish and tape. And then take the tape backings off. And close that pocket. The last thing that we are going to attach is this piece, and this is going to go up top here. So this is going to be a flip down. So I'm going to turn the book around. I'm going to take the backing off. Try to get some more glue stick out. And we're going to match this up to the top. All right. So let's start by matting all of this inside. So let me show you why I didn't cut this piece. So this is going to go here. That mats that. This is going to slide in here like that. And then this is going to mat the top. That way it's just one continual color. So, and that way we didn't have to use anything else. We can just use the pocket that, the mat that printed out on the page. So I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac, and there's no magnets on this, so you don't have to worry about that. And I always forget to tell you too that if you're matting the full pocket like we just did, you don't have to tape that bottom because it covers up that tab. But it does make it easier when you go to mat if you're covering up the whole thing meaning all the way down into the pocket. It does make that easier if you taped that because it doesn't get stuck on the way in there. All right, so while we're here, let's go ahead and mat this bottom pocket with this piece here. Okay, then I am going to take this, this is the insert that's going to go right here in this front pocket, and I'm just going to mat the front and back with this, and we'll put it in the pocket for now, and then we'll come back and embellish and stuff here in a little bit. So then that's going to be right here. So that's what's going to be keeping that flap, that top flap, closed. I don't have an insert for inside the pocket, but this is what we got right now. And then let's open this up, and I'm going to mat both of these just really quickly, and then we'll get to some embellishing. So now we have something that looks like that. Don't that look nice? Just the layers, it just looks so good. So good. Okay, so I wanted to start with the insert here. And the original idea, well, good morning everyone. It's the next day because I got a phone call, or not a phone call, I got a text from my daughter-in-law asking me to go pick up the kids. She got stuck at work. So I had to go get the kids from school, and then, you know, it was grandbaby time until they went home. So, anywho's, I kind of stopped right in the middle of what I was doing, and I was getting ready to talk about, and I may have already said it, the embellishment for the front of this little insert. Now, the original insert, let me grab it, looked like this. So I had fussy cut out these were, what were these? These were like journaling cards. Yeah, like the, oh shoot, like the 3x4, or the, in my case, 3.5 by 5.5, like journaling cards that I printed off. So these were just images. So I actually fussy cut them out. But I saw this one when I was looking for that one, because I thought, you know, I'll just do the same one, right? So then I saw this image, and I fussy cut that out, and I think I might like that better. So I guess I can do a side by side. I already put that back up. Can you believe it? I can do a side by side of which one I like better, because it's going to be in here. I don't know. Since I changed some things up, I don't know. I guess I can always switch them out if I want to, because this is from the prototype. So I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's cute. So I can use this somewhere else. I'm just going to put it in my Crafty Companion tray here. But I do want to ink this up just a little bit. Yeah, so I think that would be super cute right there. But I do want to straighten that out. There's a little tail right here, so I'm just going to cut it straight so that it matches the mat there. That up. So, and I might even just glue it down on the sides. No, I think I'm just going to glue it. I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to go ahead and glue it down. Just going to use some Fabri-Tac. You don't need a whole lot of glue. You could use a glue stick. You could use white glue. I always say if you could only get one glue, whoop, I was going to put that on upside down. If you can only get one glue, I would go with Fabri-Tac because it works with everything. But if you only have one glue, like white glue, you would learn how to use that to the best way possible. So don't panic if you don't have Fabri-Tac or glue stick or anything like that. And you just have, like, let's say you just have Elmer's glue, like kids glue, you know. I guess it's technically not kids glue, but here it says like school glue on it or something. You know what I mean? Like where I live. They also make white glue that's like more for bookbinding. It's called PVA glue. That glue is really good. I actually like that so far better than any white glue I've ever tried, ever. Sorry I sound funny. Because it's morning time, I do sound a little bit more congested, I guess. Okay, then I was going to do an embellishment on the pocket here. On the prototype, I don't have a journal spot. This is from the Journal Spots set number 2, I think. I'm still drinking my coffee. But I'm not sure I want the whole thing on there. And then I got these little fussy cuts, these little embellishments from the paper collection. And I just thought these would be cute on top of the journal spot, like layers, you know what I mean? Plus we could also leave this where it's loose, so if we wanted to tuck something in there, we could. So, actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ink these up, glue them down, and then we will go from there. I'll have it right there. So I'm just going to mark where the edge of the mat is, and then I will just cut it straight. Well, I'll do the best I can to cut it straight. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to put about just about 3/8 inches in from the edge there, and glue it down. I'm just going to put the glue in about 3/8 inches. That way we can tuck things under if we want to. We may never, but just in case, you never know. Leaving that possibility open. We can always glue it down later. So look, that looks super cute. Yeah. Okay, next I have the photo mats for inside of here. So I actually printed 3 sheets of these because we're going to put some photo mats on the pages as well. But I printed 3 sheets of these. These are from the Photo Mats Essentials. These are from the Photo Mats Essentials, and these are for 3x4 photos. And I'm going to stamp my 3x4 on here. So this is from the stamp set that I created and that and May produced. I have it linked down below. It comes with all these different stamps. So you've got tags, and you've got this little torn note piece, and then you've got a little photo frame, a little smaller tag, a little smaller photo frame. Well, it has the photo, you know, photo corners, and then there's a bunch of sentiments. There's a little heart, and then there's sizes. So obviously I use the 3x4 and 4x6 the most. And I'm gonna take, and I've mounted it onto a block. These blocks I've got linked in my Amazon list because they're perfect. So it comes in a 2-pack. So the big blocks are perfect for the frames, and then the little blocks are perfect for the sizes. So I'm just going to go through, and I've already done 2 sheets of this because I've printed 3. These are printed onto 28-pound paper, but you could also just print them onto copy paper because they're meant for you to add a photo. Alright, sorry about that. I went ahead and cut them out, separated them out, and then I have the other 2 sheets that I printed out that I've already got stamped on there. You don't have to stamp them, but they're meant for you to put a photo on top. So you could use whatever paper that you happen to have. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put photo mats here and photo mats here, I think. Let me double check my prototype. Yes. So I'm just going to start, and I'm just going to use a fiber tack, and so I'm going to put one here, one here, one here, one here. I've got some itchy on my finger. Okay. Okay, so got 2 on the back, I got 4 in the middle, so that's a room for 6 3x4 photos into the one insert. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this back in the pocket, and we are going to, whoops, let's get that centered so it looks pretty. We're going to flip this over, and we're going to put some photo mats here. So I'm thinking a photo mat here, a photo mat here, here, and here. So now we got 2 left over. So I'm going to put these aside. So I am going to put some embellishments here and some embellishments here. But for now I'm going to put the photo mats down, and then we'll do the embellishing. Alright, so now I want to add some butterflies here and here because I think they're pretty. I think I'm going to add 2 of the same. I've got so many cut out, so I need to be careful here. Oop, these are the same. Do something like that. Sorry about the dog, if you can hear that dog in the background. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it's the next day and he's still barking. I think he's a puppy. But he has no care in the world about my schedule, my filming schedule. He just does not care. Okay, So I think I'm going to attach those right there in the middle. I'm just going to actually put some glue in the middle of here. That way I don't run the risk of getting it on the photo mat and then the photo mat's not being usable. So I'm going to stick that right in the middle there, right in the middle. Does that look right? Yeah, it's just a little something. You could also write on here. You can write names, you could write events, dates, whatever floats your boat. Now here is the new thing that I have created, and I've already got it listed in my Etsy shop, and it's in the list for this project now. And what it is letter cards. So we got capital letter cards and we have lowercase letter cards. So they match the number cards. Let me show you the capital. This is a title sheet. So in your PDF, the list will have two PDFs. One will be the capital letters and one will be the lowercase. And each one at the end of it will have a title sheet. And so you get like the whole alphabet A through Z. So you get a sheet of A through Z. And then on this one, there's an ampersand. And then there's extra vowels. So if you just want it to print out the alphabet, and this is the largest size, right? So it only has one size. However, you can print it in multiple sizes, and I will share that in just a second. So not only did I do this, there's individual sheets of every letter. And the reason I did that is because, let's say you made an album for Adam. You know, you're going to need a lot of A's because you're going to use his name a lot. If you use these all throughout the album. Or vowels in particular, you need a lot of vowels when you're making words, right? So I didn't just do vowels, I did every letter in the alphabet. I did this for both the capital and the lowercase. So you can see I've already been playing with them. And I did it with anything extra. So in the capital letters, the ampersand, the and sign is the only additional symbol. But in the lowercase, I have several. So anyway, so you get a full sheet. So then in the PDF, you can do multiples. Like you can print multiples on the page. So this one is printing 2 to a page. So here's the original size. And then here's 2 to a page, right? And then, oops, how many did I print here? And then this one is 4 to a page, right? Look how much smaller that is. So you got that size. Oops, did I print them all forward? I did. I don't know why I've still got them sideways here. And then I printed 9 to a page. I guess you could do 6 to a page. I didn't try that, but 9 to a page, I like the size of this. This is like extremely useful. So is the 4 to a page. This is a good size for the mini album if you're spelling out names or words or sayings or whatever. These two are good sizes. So this is 9 to a page. And you just cut, you just cut them out like you would anything else. So let me see here. What do we got here? All right. So that's the capital. And then I have the lowercase. So let me share the lowercase with you real quick. So it looks like that. That is the large size, the largest size, the only size that's in there. But again, you can print smaller, right? So here's the big page, again with the full alphabet. I've been using it. But here's the additional symbols. We got a heart. We got an exclamation point. We got a question mark. We got a plus. We got a star or an asterisk, and we got the little squiggly line, the little slash, dash, whatever. So those were the extra symbols in this one. And once again, you get a sheet of every letter. So this is the A. And you get a sheet of all the extra symbols. So the hearts, the question mark, the or the exclamation point, the asterisk, all of that. Then here's 2 to a page, and I've been using them. Here is 4 to a page. Actually, I'm going to leave the 4 to a page out because I need those. So here's 4 to a page. And then well, and then 9 to a page. So these are much smaller. So it just really depends. I guess you could go more and it'd be even smaller. I just think they're adorable. I think they're a cute little accent, and I hope you agree, and I'm getting ready to show you. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these. Actually, I think I'm gonna put the words "Sweet Baby" on here. That's what I call my grandkids all the time. So I'm gonna put the word "Sweet Baby," I think. So I want the S and the B capitalized. So, do I have one already cut into? I thought I did. Let me look. I may have gave it to my granddaughter. She likes to cut things, like she likes to be crafty. I guess I did. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to get the capital 4 to a page for the B and the S. Set those aside. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut an S out. Put that aside. And I'm going to cut a B out. The only thing I haven't done yet is I haven't made a I haven't made an ephemera keeper yet for it, but these are the number cards, so I need to make one for the letters. So I will. I'll do that off camera. I don't know. I might do it on camera. You never know. You never know with me. Okay. So now I need to spell out Sweet Baby. So I need an A. So B-A. And these are lowercase. B-A-B. And let's see. I need 2 E's. E. Sweet. And I need a Y and a heart. Okay, let me move all these to the side. I have to put them back in order. All right, now I'm just going to take a minute and I'm going to trim all of these out. You don't have to be necessarily neat about it. You can just trim them out. Alright, so I'm going to put the word Sweet Baby here. So I'm going to have a heart in the center. So, did I miss a letter? Uh-oh, I didn't get a W. Let me get a W. Right? Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna have them, they're not gonna be like in a straight line, they're just gonna be wonky. Something like that. right? What do you think? You think that's gonna look cute? Okay, I'm gonna glue them down. Okay. Isn't that cute? So this is what it's going to look like when the page is closed. So you're going to see that there's something here, right? I love it. I think it's awesome. So yeah, so check out that new listing. It's in the collections list for this project. I also have it listed separately if you want to check it out. But it's brand new. So I think that's all we're going to do in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this page setup. Sorry about the dog barking. And I hope you enjoyed these new letter cards. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye.